two, one.
From the beaches of Daytona, we head to the lakes of the state of Michigan. This is round 4 of the Australian NASCAR eSeries Truck Series, powered by Nitro Racing. 35 trucks have joined the field tonight, and alongside me is no other than my co-commentator, Bryce Meddings. How are you tonight, Bryce?
Pretty good. Just a little bit busy here, but getting everything sorted. But no, it's been a good day. Had a great day. Doing absolutely nothing because I finished my uni assignment, so I've been ready to go for this all day. And then I, just been sorting some stuff out on the back end. But yeah, it's been good.
Beautiful, and practice is underway. We've got 5 minutes to go with the 88 car of Wilson setting the fastest time with a 39.49. It's looking like it's a hot track out there by the looks of it.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the weather. It's 2 in the afternoon here in practice. Winds of about 13 k's an hour. Track doing pretty good. 51 degrees.
Partly cloudy day there with 83 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, of course. The track's dry, and the wind's coming from the northwest at 6 miles per hour.
It's pretty good weather here today as we see car just sliding down into the infield. We do have a couple of pre-race. We have a pre-race interview tonight with Brandon Griffiths, which will be happening now at the end of qualifying. We were going to do a pre-race, but however, we have a little bit of technical difficulties, and we're going to have to do a pre-show now, and then we'll catch up with Brandon later. So, Nigel,
yes,
it's coming a bit of a tradition. We're going to pick our winners here tonight at Michigan. Now, not first time we've gone to Michigan in the Truck Series, so we do have some data on it. But I'm going to ask you, without looking at the data of Michigan last season, pick your driver who's going to win here tonight.
Well, for me, a driver that I think has got a good show, and he's always fast, he's always up the front, is the 49 of Scott Rankin. I think he's going to come through with the victory tonight. He's had a couple of bad runs the last couple of races in the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, but I think he'll come through with the win tonight. He's my tip, the 49 of Scott Rankin.
Scotty, he's a teammate of mine over racing for the Wannagoons. Nice group of guys. He's the only other Australian in that group. I make up a second, and he's now racing, whereas I'm commentating. Where a couple of months ago it was a complete role reversal. He was commentating and I was racing. So now we're doing that. My pick tonight, I'm gonna go out on a whim. I'm gonna pick number 5 of Andy Barber. Andy has had quite a few races to the start of the season, but he's always managed to finish in a really good spot come the end of a race. So he's always there, always present, and I think tonight he's going to get the chocolates and walk away with the win here at Michigan.
He's got his teammates in Adam Malone and Darren McKenzie with him tonight, so those boys have been doing some serious practice during the week, I'm imagining, to see if they can secure that spot into the playoffs. So we've got 2 minutes left into practice, and Wilson by Barber, McKenzie, Griffiths, Mitchell, Raymond, Marshall, Phelps, Yakushio, and Shane Bowen round out your top 10. I'm thinking with the sun being out and the track to have a little bit higher, I wouldn't be at all surprised if grip's going to be an issue. So you'll have to watch you don't burn those tyres up early up in your run, because with only the 3 sets of tyres over the wall, it's going to make for an interesting evening.
Absolutely, just going to be interesting. Just got a message here from Brandon, so he's not going to be joining us tonight anymore. He's gonna, instead of that, he's gonna focus on the race after qualifying, which is understandable. So it gives us more time to get some Michigan facts out of the way. Now, Nigel has shown me that he has quite a list of Michigan facts ready for us here tonight, and I, for one, I'm personally excited. Nigel's, I have a feeling he's really excited about these facts. I think it's going to become a very, very big thing. And
Well,
so
the funny thing is, I haven't actually found my page that I've got them off. Just give me a couple minutes, and then I'll be ready. It's just I know it's the only place where it's got a floating post office in the world. Um, and did you know Michigan had no, not not that one. No, I don't know. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm completely you could say out of form here at the moment. I've got a lot going on, and I'm running late because I had a nice T-bone steak with the missus for tea, and it took a little bit longer to cook than what I first thought, but we'll get there in the end.
absolutely, no, it's always good to have a nice T-bone steak. I'm kind of jealous that there are people out there who can afford a T-bone steak at the moment. Me being a broke-ass uni student, living off 2 minute noodles at the moment. But I'm sure my day will come where I get that nice T-bone steak. But no, as we wrap up practice here at Michigan, leading time is from Alex Wilson in the number 88, followed by Darren McKenzie in the 02. Andy Barber, his teammate, in third. Brandon Cooch Griffiths, the guy in the 236, he's in fourth. And number 5 goes to Mark Groker. So now we'll get underway with qualifying. We'll see if we can find a driver out on track just to ride on board with and get a good sense of what the times are going to be here to get into the top 10. You probably want to get a good start here at Michigan. It is a tight track. It was at least before the update pretty hectic in terms of close racing for the trucks. So I wonder if we'll see that here again this season.
There's no way. There's 3 wide. You can do 3 wide all the way around here comfortably. Sometimes even 4. I jumped into an official race last night, and we were 4 to 5 wide sometimes, coming out of into turn 2. So it's everyone's going to have to be watch what they do and watch their mirrors and have their spotters turned on, because anything can happen.
We'll jump on with your pick for the win here tonight, Scott Rankin. I don't know why it's not showing. Give me 2 seconds. Scotty has probably the best SDK photo. If anyone wants to put one up, Scotty has probably the best example of a great SDK photo. It's up at the moment. Him and his cats in a cardboard box. So I have not seen a single person top this photo in my entire time on iRacing and looking at streams of SDK. Sometimes people don't even know about it. It gives them a bit of a nice surprise when they pull up the graphic and they see Scott in a cardboard box.
I'm just going to give a quick shout out to my cats, Spot and Lucky. If you're listening out there, you can come home if you like. There's food here. There's a bed here. You know, you're more than welcome to come back. So if you're listening out there on your cat phone, you're more than welcome to come back. Or watching too.
Absolutely, and if you are watching Spot and Lucky, feel free to follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitter, YouTube and Twitch. Sorry.
As we get into qualifying, I've got an interesting fact. I've got one important, interesting fact about Michigan. There is a floating post office in Michigan State. This is the only place in the world that has a floating post office.
Like floating as in on the water or in the air?
I think so.
Just to be clear. So, a waterborne post office.
Yeah.
You come to think Venice might have just one of those, but that's... If it belongs in Michigan and not Venice, then I certainly have questions.
So there's my first interesting fact for tonight about Michigan.
Beautiful. And so we just roll on board with Scotty Rankin. First lap, pretty good time, enough to put him into P2 with a 39.68. Second lap, gonna improve just slightly to a 39.61. Still just short of Alex Wilson's pole time of 39.5. A couple of other drivers out on track at the moment. Jump over Stephen Williams. This is his second lap. No, this is Stephen Williams' first lap. As he comes to the line, we're going to look at Stevie Williams, a very consistent performer in qualifying. Be a bit of a shock to see him anywhere other than the top 10. But Nigel, your pick, Scott Rankin's put himself in a good spot tonight.
On the outside too, yeah. Alexander Wilson showing some great form too in the 88. He's smashed them.
Absolutely, good pace. Alexander Wilson, new face to the series this season. I believe the 88 car did belong to another driver last season. That's the only way I know he's new. New face.
Well, while we've got a minute, Scotty, how much we got left in qualifying?
Oh, we don't have too much longer left here tonight. Probably about a couple of minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
Most drivers have set a time at the moment. There's not many out there who are on track who haven't set a time.
We'll go through the points during the race.
Absolutely. We'll do that on the just after the grid.
Or we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Or we could do it during the caution. If there's a caution.
Caution? Yeah, maybe.
We'll just wing it. We'll wing it. We'll be
right. That's the end of qualifying. Matthew Budd's lap there, cut off at the end. As we'll bring up the grid from qualifying.
Darren McKenzie. All right. I'll get myself a little drink and I can run through the field.
Alrighty, so I'll lead us off and then then...
Yep, go for it.
Nigel will just there as we bring up the wrong one. So here's the grid for us tonight. Darren McKenzie, Alex Wilson in your first row. Scott Rankin and Jason Holdsworth will bring up your second row. Shane Bowen and Matt Danson, 5th and 6th respectively. P7, Adam Malone. Chris Stelmach in 8th. Connor Nixon and David Lawler will round out row 5. Brandon Griffiths and John Bradshaw round out your top 12.
Wait till we go up. In 13th, we've got Nick Ryan. 14th with Blackhawk Motorsports, Dean Powell. 15th is Andy Barber, Southern Stars Esports. 16th is Mark McNamara. 17th is Carl Withy. 18th is Kelvin Clark from Nitro Racing. 19th, Mark Cochran representing Apex Esports. Mick Naocaro comes in 20th. 21st is Angus Lawford from Project 36. 22nd is the previous season champion Reuben Phelps from SRM. 23rd is Tim Blundell from Blundell Racing. 24th, Matthew Raymond from SRM. DPR Stevie Williams in 25th. Matthew Budd representing SRM in 26th. Brian Blundell in 27th from Blundell Racing. 28, Lachlan Uguccio from SRM Australia. 29th, Nigel Seidel, yours truly, but I am not racing, so that's not quite right. In position 30 is Evan Tiarora from Team MOR. 31st, Mark Grawkett. 32nd is Maxie Marshall. 33, Jason Coley. 34th is Brad Wright. And there's your grid. Oh no, Marty Mitchell starting in 35th. And there is your grid for tonight's round 4 at Michigan.
Didn't know you were racing out there tonight, Nigel.
Oh no, well, I just joined so I can save the replay.
That is alright. As you see all the drivers come out of the pit lane, it's going to be a great night of racing here today at Michigan. Hopefully we get quite an action-packed race. We did have a lot of cautions last night, or not last night, I should say, on Tuesday night, where we took to Kentucky for the X Series. Jason Holdsworth walking away with the win there. And other than the cautions at the end, we had some really good green flag racing.
Oh, it's good to see Darren McKenzie back up the front too. He's shown he's getting back into form. He's had quite a 2 or 3 months with the series, but putting it back on pole means must be doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and he's going to be a force to reckon with this race as well.
Absolutely, Darren McKenzie, part of the Southern Stars team. They're all really good to race with. Sometimes there's a bit of a mistake made here and there, but it's always good when you see drivers start putting more practice in and learning and then getting back into really good form. And we know Darren can be in really good form. Last couple of weeks he seemed a little bit out of it, but doing really well so far as the pace car comes off. Very short outlap here at Michigan. We'll be getting into the restart zone soon. We'll go on green flag here, and the green flag is away, and we're racing here at Michigan. Top line already looking to be formed just before we get to the start line. That's not happening. Jason Holdsworth moving up to the third. And we're 3 wide going into turn 1.
3 wide. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, oh, oh. Boys, it's not happening. This is the first lap.
Absolutely, there's a lot of racing here. There's single file out of turn 2 now. Scott Rankin still the only car 2 wide deep in this field. Now we're 2 wide going into turn 3. So we've got Darren McKenzie, Alex Wilson on the outside trying to hang on. Matt Danson is in P3. Jason Holdsworth, P4, fighting Scott Rankin. They're 3 wide on the inside of Jason Holdsworth. No, sorry, on the inside of Shane Bowen. Just further on back.
Let's just say they're not trying to save tyres at the moment. I think they're having a go.
Absolutely. 0-1-3 of David Lawler putting a good race as we see car to the inside. I believe it's Danson to the inside. The number 30 of Matt Danson has been spun into the inside. Yellow flag is out for the first time here tonight.
He stopped that just in time.
I believe he did make some light contact with the wall there.
Light contact, was it?
Yeah, I did hear a thud against the wall. It was very, very faint. You could barely hear it over the engines here tonight. But absolutely no effort to save tyres there tonight as we get a quick replay of what happened here between Matt Danson and the front running field. So here it is. Alex Wilson just comes down the track slightly, just tags the front end of Danson's car. Those tyres are shredded. He'll just roll into the wall at the end there. Almost had it stopped. Doesn't look like any major damage for Matt Danson, and he should be able to just catch onto the end of the field, take some tyres, and get going once again.
He might have maybe 1 or 2 seconds damage at the most, I just think. Judging from that there, I reckon the spotter told him that he was clear. I think that was just a bit of a misjudgment call. But Matt Danson will regroup, go down the pits, fix up probably a little bit of damage, go to the back, and as we've seen before in previous races, it doesn't take long for him to get back up the front again. Absolutely
not, especially if we're going to race like that for the whole time. It's Andy Barber coming down the pit lane. Mark Cochran and Stephen Williams down as well. And then your previous season champion, Ruben Phelps, as well down the lane. Marty Mitchell, Matt Danson, he's expected to come down the lane. So a couple of cars already coming to pit and maybe top off for some fuel. Cycle back to the back of the pack and wait for the next caution. I feel like that's going to be a strategy most drivers will do tonight.
I think so. Like, yeah, and you got to look after your tyres because it's a hot track out there at the moment. The track temperature is 120, so it's going to be a hot track. So with the sun out, it's you're going to burn tyres up very quickly. So, and you would want to stay on that inside line going into turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You don't want to run that high line too much because that will burn your tyres up. So it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely, it's going to be an interesting race if you're running a hot every single lap and you're not giving your tyres a chance to breathe. It could get spicy. We've only got a few sets of tyres, so it's not like Daytona where you can, kind of go without for a majority of the race. It's still a shorter track. It's got I believe, a bit of a higher abrasion on the tyres than Daytona, and you're still racing so close, so plenty of opportunity.
But the thing is, though, Bryce, is that if you're going side by side with someone and you're on that inside lane, the best thing that you can do is just hold them there. Hold them in the outside lane because that means they're going to burn their tyres up. So you're going to make that pass a lot easier than what you would if you're trying to race them like fully. So there's little strategies that they'll be playing out there at the moment, especially the guys up the front. Um, they will be trying to get that person that's in that outside lane and trying to just make them stay up there as much as they can.
Absolutely. The outside lane is going to wear your tyres more. Longer way around the track as well, so you're going to be slower on average than someone on the inside. So there's a few nice cars out here tonight. It's got a couple of full send motorsport cars up in the top 10 of Alex Wilson and Chris Stelmack. Very nice looking cars. Jason with his chrome number 11. That's a staple at this point. If he ever changes that truck, I think I'll riot. Matt Danson's truck as well.
I think it's time for another interesting fact.
Another interesting fact. Well, we're coming to the green. We've got a corner to go, so make it quick. Make it quick. Give us a fact.
We got Matt Danson that's going to join us in the booth.
Matt Danson's coming. Okay.
Good evening, Matt.
Oh, how we doing, fellas?
I'm all right. Now, had a little bit of a bingle to start the night, and not too much damage I could see.
Yeah, it looked like there was no damage. Actually, we were lucky. I got it very much locked down and chucked it in reverse right as we were getting to the wall, but take about 10% off the tyres, so we're in strife. Yeah, I don't know what happened though. It seemed like I don't know if the dude on the outside got a bit loose, but all of a sudden I was facing the wrong way.
I thought though, I was in the booth thinking, what's going on here? What's going on here? But then, yeah, replay. I think there might have been a spotter issue, but that's okay. We'll look at them later. But you're still in the race. That's the main thing.
Exactly. Yeah. No, we live to fight another day, and it'll probably just be a matter of trying to hold on until we can get rid of this set, and then we see if we can fight after that.
It's a hot track out there too.
It is, yeah, nice and slick. It's good fun, but yeah, like I said, we'll just be holding on and then hope the race sort of comes to us a bit later. But otherwise, I'll just be looking like a bit of a banana for the first little bit here.
All good, Matt. Good luck. I'll hopefully speak to you later.
Yeah, too easy. Cheers, fellas.
Matt Danson, everyone. He's joined us in the booth for a little bit of a pre-race, in-race interview, which is always good when the drivers do that. But looks like Mackenzie's showing his fast pace early, and Holdsworth second, Connor Nixon in third, Wilson in fourth, Rankin in fifth, still Mack in sixth, Bowen in seventh, Griffiths 8th, Lawler in 9th, and 10th Adam Malone.
Absolutely crazy. You can jump in, have a chat, all whilst we're having a restart. I know he's at the back of the grid, but the last thing on my mind at that point would be talking to anyone at the moment, especially as you just kind of got to survive. But Matt Danson, he's skilled enough to do it, and always nice to have a chat with. So I enjoyed it as we see the number 2 of Darren McKenzie slightly loose on the exit there, trying to fend off the teammates of Holdsworth and Nixon. If Holdsworth and Nixon get away here, then I could see them having a bit of a run and trying to build a really big gap on the guys in fourth on back. As it's Scott Rankin.
I think Mackenzie's just sending at the moment. He's getting loose. He'll be warming those tyres up. Holdsworth and Nixon just getting themselves in the draft. They would be saving fuel at the moment too. So they will be. They'll be playing the game at the moment. They're all. Which is very interesting. It's time for a fact. It's time for an interesting Michigan fact.
An interesting Michigan
fact. Did you know it is illegal to buy or sell a car on Sundays? In Michigan. There you go.
Specifically on a Sunday?
Only Sunday. It is illegal to buy or sell a car on Sundays. This is exception law in Michigan.
That is... Alright, well, if I ever find myself in Michigan one day and I'm in need of a wheels and it's a Sunday, I'm just gonna take my money. I'm gonna buy a motorcycle because if you come back out, there's a second caution. So that will give Darren McKenzie a bit more chance to breathe as Holdsworth and Nixon was right on his tail. have a look for this second yellow flag. I believe it was with new face Alex Wilson. As you can see, that 88's already sideways. As he's come off. Lost it. Almost gone over. That's insane, that angle that truck got just then.
Yeah.
Shreds the tires. We'll jump back a little bit further. This should give us a better example. Just comes up, tags the rear really weirdly. Alex Wilson just loses it up to the inside line.
It is. Oh no! There's a bit of a touch there with the 236. Yeah, no, he no, there was a touch with the 236. The 236 came through, and yes, he had a little bit of a touch.
It's a little bit. There's a bit of silly buggers being played here with Jason Holdsworth and Darren McKenzie both faking to go down pit lane. Just a bit of a cheeky thing to do. Just don't want to cause a crash. I know we say, oh, you how would you crash doing that? Well, the pros have done it before, so anyone less than the pros, they have a very good chance of doing it. A couple of cars went down the pit lane. Matt Danson's back down pit lane. Nick Ryan, Lockie Acujo, Kelvin Clark, Andy Barber, Mark Cottron, Stephen Williams, Ruben Phelps, Mick Nancarrow, Mark Grocott, and Brian Blundell, Justin Cooley and Marty Mitchell, sorry, all down the pit lane this time by. So they're going to be topping off on fuel and then getting even more of a fuel advantage later into this race. So this last stint will be shorter. It's just a question of how many times you want to do this and resetting your track position to the back of the pack before you decide, no, I'm staying out.
Well, the leaders will be coming in about lap. I've got to get my stream back up. Hang on. Hang on. What the heck? Ah, there we go. Just lost all my screens. Well, it's lap 12, so those guys there with the cautions, they'll be looking at probably lap 34 to 35. So then they'll be holding them to put that set of tyres on, and then hopefully then go to 60. But that will get them to our lap 70, which then will leave them a set of tyres on for the last 10 laps, which will then, if there is a caution, we're going to have a sprint race in the last 10.
Absolutely. 95 laps here tonight, Nigel?
Yes, 95.
94
yeah. Big laps.
Cool. I was just thinking when you saying stop at lap 70 for 10 laps, I thought that I was losing it for a second. I was like, okay. No, we do have 95, so last stint. Perfect. It'll be beautiful as we get everyone 2x2 again. God, it's a bit like silly. We're under second caution. I think the highest amount of cautions we've had so far this season is 8. That was at Daytona. I think even the last Tuesday night's race at Kentucky was going to. Looks like it was going to go for only having 2 cautions, but then we ended up with I think around 6 or 7 come the end of the race. So tonight. We could be on record watch for the most amount of cautions within a single race here, not counting Martinsville. When we get to Martinsville, we'll get a counter going. We'll get a how many laps have we done under the pace car counter going, as well as because we have the counter for the cautions. So Darren McKenzie riding pretty high up in that lower lane, just right behind the pace car. Normally you see the drivers either side of that pace car, so maybe just wanting to get in the head of Jason Holdsworth there, give him a bit of a squeeze to that outside line. As the pace car comes off, we'll be getting ready to go green. Geico restart zone coming up. Darren McKenzie will have the field from now, and he's gone right to the start of the box. So Darren McKenzie, good jump over Jason Holdsworth. Scott Rankin going to move in behind and give him a push down turn 1 back in front of his teammate Connor Nixon on that inside. So top 4 wanting to work together. I don't think there's going to be too much coming to blows. They're all single file now. Exciting stuff happening further in the field as we see a big wreck.
We got a big wreck happening.
With Matthew Budd and Dean Powell involved in this one.
The radio is blown up.
So we'll wait for everyone to calm down and we'll get a quick look at what happened here. Angus Lawford, first car we'll have a look at right now. Matthew Raymond just getting squeezed up the road. Nothing he could do there. Car below him came up the track. We'll try and find out who was involved, but a lot of cars collateral damage there. So I believe it was the 999 of Dean Powell. Let's jump on a bit further.
He got judging from this here, I think he may have got hit by the 83 and he just got loose.
I'm not too sure. I think the 999's come up off the bottom of the racetrack actually there, Nige. Gotten across the nose of the 83. And poor old Raymond, he can't do anything. He's got a car on his outside. He can't go high. He's going to crash into him. And then just results in Dean Powell getting turned over the nose of the 83 up into, I believe it was the 153 on the outside lane and causing a massive incident. I believe also involved was, I think, Andy Barber, Tim Blundell, Stephen Williams as well. So a lot of cars with good pace who are running at the back of the field got collected in that.
Interesting.
I'm sure the review panel will be earning their pennies tonight.
I think they might. Might have to buy a bottle of wine instead of just to give them a beer, I think.
Oh, I think at this rate you might be asking for some top shelf stuff as well if you're on the review panel. As we have a look at the 03 there of John Bradshaw. A very nice looking truck, I must say. Very nice looking truck. Got his name right on the spoiler too. If you didn't know what his name was from the little bit of window tape, you'll know it from the front and the back. He's got it on the banner and he's got it on the tailgate. Absolutely good looking car there. Whoever slapped that together, we might have to get someone to.
We also had an incident at the restart too.
Oh. Do you know who it's between? We'll just jump to the front of the queue, see what's happening here in terms of pit cycles. Will we see anyone come down the pit lane? No, everyone's out so far.
Yeah, obvious.
Couple cars who are in the pits are rolling out now. So everyone involved in that incident. So the field is 2x2 again. We'll go green at the end of this lap. So we're on the third caution here tonight. Darren McKenzie leads Jason Holdsworth, Shane Bowen, Scott Rankin, John Bradshaw, Brandon Griffiths in 6th place, Stelmack in 7th, Lawler in 7th, Stelmack in 8th, Malone in 9th, and Wilson in 10th. Alex Wilson started this race P2, so he's taken a bit of a drop down the order due to a crash earlier on. He's back up in the top 10, which is good to see. So a lot of cautions give a lot of opportunity for drivers who may have been involved and may not have gotten a lot of damage just to get back into the race and advance a position again. So Scott, we don't know where Connor Nixon's gone. He's down in 20th. So something happening there for Connor Nixon, maybe taking a stop this time, though.
I think he may went down and got some fuel and got some tyres.
I don't think so. Maybe he wants to avoid anything up the front, but lo and behold, it's actually the back of the field that's having a bit of a shocker at the moment. So Darren McKenzie's bringing us to the restart zone, and we'll go again.
Let's hope they all get. Let's hope they all get off the line. Not like last lap. Darren McKenzie, he's away.
Outside line has been struggling on the restarts here. Jason Holdsworth consistently falling down to third. Every restart he's on that outside lane. He should be able to find his way through past Scott Rankin, who's now made his way up to second. And Scott, he's going for the lead here. Into the inside lane. Scott Rankin, he's in a contention for the lead of this race. He tries to make the move clear. On the inside, it's a better line. But he can keep Darren up on that high line and make him wear his rubber. He's definitely going to get this move done at some point. Scott Rankin, he's got it by a nose. I don't think that lap counted as a lap led for Scott Rankin. I think Darren just got past him at the line with the run.
I think, yeah.
But, Scott Rankin, he's not holding back anymore. He wants to go. Jason Holdsworth moving for a bit of support. Let Scott slide up. So Scott's given up the challenge for now. He probably will have another crack at it later on. The Wollongoon's number 49.
Jason's like, no thank you. I'm having the lead now.
Yeah, Jason says, you don't want to race for the lead? I'll go do it now and I'll show you how it's done. So Jason Holdsworth moves up to P2. As we're 20 laps into this race, about a quarter of the way through. Had 3 cautions here tonight. Last one was the biggest of the 3, taking out a lot of really fast running cars who are just at the back of the field taking their time and taking a bit of care into this race. So it shows that sometimes maybe something at the back isn't always the best idea. You'll never know really what happens until you actually get out there.
And this is interesting that Darren and Jason have not pitted yet at all. So they're gonna. Jason's just sitting in behind DMAC, just saving a little bit of fuel. So he might be able to go that 1 or 2 extra laps just by sitting in the draft behind him. So this might be just a bit of strategy too by Jason.
Absolutely. So we'll jump a bit further back, give some screen time to these full send cars. Very nice purple there. I love the paint look on these cars. Have to be one of my favorite team color schemes out there, and probably followed by the Stars boys and their really nice cars that you can see on Darren McKenzie. I think Andy's is my favorite. I do like the red.
Well, red does go faster.
It does. You see, Maxi Marshall is making a move up into P14, so he's up 18 in this race. Having an absolutely great race as the 08. We'll jump on. Hope you guys.
No, I was going to say about quarter of the way through. It's hard to believe we're quarter of the way through.
Absolutely. No, we'll just jump back with your current defending champion as we see. Oh, that's someone in the wall.
Oh, that's someone big in the wall.
Big in the wall. I think that's Mark Grocott in the wall. He's involved at least. I believe it actually might be Brian Blundell. Brian Blundell, the 86 car, ran up into the wall.
Oh yeah, you can tell. Yep, he's got a bit of damage there.
He's got a bit of damage. There's a lot more toe out on that right-hand front tyre now. You can definitely see that. It's almost pointed 45 degrees to the right. So Mark Grocott and Brian Blundell getting into it for 23rd. Have a look at Connor Nixon. So Connor Nixon, after presumably taking a pit stop on
lap 17, he's taking tyres.
Lap 17. He's taking tyres and he's going for it. I don't think he's taking tyres.
You don't think?
I don't believe so. At this point in the race, I don't think it's sensible to take any tyres. You'd rather get to around lap 40, lap 50, then take a set. If you had to, had to split them.
Absolutely.
At this point, so yeah. In other news, Darren McKenzie, he slipped back to 3rd. Jason Holdsworth now leads here at Michigan tonight.
Scotty Rankin in 2nd, D-Mac in 3rd, Shane Bowen 4th, Griffiths in 5th, In the Project 36 car, 6th is Brayshaw, 7th Lawler, 8th Ucuccio, 9 Matthew Budd, his teammate, and rounding out your top 10 is Connor Nixer in 10th.
Ooh. That's Brian Blundell in the pit lane, jumping back on board with Brandon Griffiths of the Project 36 group. He's very pink, very pink, that car, as he makes his way up into 5th position, trying to get 4th and maybe even 3rd just in front of him. Yeah, and I think that's Darren McKenzie. Oh no, he's not going down the pit lane. Just up there. Oh, as Brandon runs into the wall. So
some of these guys aren't holding back, are they? They're going for it. They're not. There's no saving tyres.
Absolutely not. There's nothing here. This we'll just run it back a little bit as the train continues struggling along, and we'll watch the move that Jason Holdsworth put on Darren McKenzie for the lead of the race. So this was the move from Jason down into turn 3. Just manages to get up the inside. It's not fought hard by Darren McKenzie. I think Jason's got the better tyres and the better truck here tonight. He just manages to slide up, gets in front of him on the exit, and that's the move done as you'd like. So Jason Holdsworth in the lead. Scott Rankin, Shane Bowen's in 3rd, but Scott Rankin and Jason Holdsworth, they're out. They're gone. Almost a second clear for Jason and 8/10 of a second clear for Scotty Rankin. Now it's all just about holding. As we're 3 wide here for 3rd on the 4th. Sorry, Matthew Budd. He's going to make a move up into P4. Oh, that's tight from Brandon Griffiths up at the wall. That's exciting stuff. Oh, just ripped us away at the wrong time. There he is. Darren McKenzie's back under attack.
I was going to say, I thought D-Mac was gone. Good driving by both of them.
Absolutely. Luckily, Ucuccio, he's going to try and make a move now. Oh, he's run into the wall. Oh, he's just dragged some of that paint off that car. Connor Nixon's going to say thank you very much and make his way through. Unforced error for Lockie Ucuccio. Have a look at the inside. He's not going to be able to get this position back. No, he's going for it. Don't mind me, Lockie.
Don't rule Lockie out. He's aggressive. He can drive, and anything can happen.
Yeah, don't mind me. I shouldn't tell a champion how to drive. Absolutely not. I should not tell a champion how to drive. Don't mind me, Lockie. No, Lockie's great guy. He's good driver. Again, wouldn't have won a champion if he wasn't a good driver. So. Jumping on, we'll jump back and see if there's anything exciting. This is the battle for the top 10, basically. Well, the rest of the positions in the top 10, Bowen, Budd, Rankin, and Holdsworth, they're all checked out. They're a second clear of this pack. So all this fighting is just not helping Darren McKenzie's cause to try and get back to that podium. As we see Brandon Griffiths now, he's wanting to move to the inside. There's Lockie Ucuccio also makes a move on Bradshaw. Actually, I think it's Bradshaw going around the other side of outside of Lockie there. Another car who will be trying to make a move through this pack, Connor Nixon, is having to go at Darren McKenzie at the moment. It's very, very tight racing here for what is ultimately 5th position on the road at the moment. There's the top 4 of Budd, Bowen, Rankin, and Holdsworth are all just gone. So these two are fighting for 3rd, and Holdsworth and Rankin, they're up the front fighting for 1st. So I think there's going to be a good race for the top 5.
Some of the comment. Ruben Phelps looks like he's dropped out. His connection's dropped, and we've got some funny comments in YouTube. Double D10, I reckon that would be Dave Douglas, I reckon. Matty D will type your race review live from the cockpit. That would be interesting. It would be good though, because Lisa wouldn't have to do it tomorrow.
Oh, he might just do it. Yeah, just do it. But no, Matty Danson
Keep
is
the comments.
absolutely lovely to talk to, and like yeah, getting in right on a restart, no, wouldn't be me. As we see Shane Bowen make a move on Matthew Budd for P3. So Shane Bowen, he's P3.
Just keep the comments coming on the streams, guys. Keep them coming. Funnier the better.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We do have
here we go.
There's
Dave,
Matthew
Double
Bowen.
D's casting couch.
Matthew Budd making a move up to P3. Scott Rankin's getting close to Jason Holdsworth. Maybe Scotty will want to have another go at the lead. Couldn't get past Darren McKenzie, but maybe he has a chance of getting past Jason here. As to see the high lines kind of come in now, and most of the drivers are running up there. Apart from Scott, Scott elects to go the low line still. But maybe Scott's got a bit of tyre still in comparison to what to Jason, and I think they'll both be in the same Discord channel, just having a chat. Maybe they're working together, maybe they're not. Who knows? I know Scotty Rankin probably wouldn't mind picking up a win here and lock himself into the playoffs. It'll be a great return to racing for Scott, as we see Tim Blundell and Stephen Williams are in the pit lane. This time by Matty Raymond's out of this race. I'm not too sure if that's a technical difficulty or something, but one of the SRM cars out. I think you also said Ruben Phelps was out, having technical difficulties.
It says on my screen that his connection dropped to upload packet loss, so I think that might be his night done. I reckon he's decided that's enough, and nah, internet connection. Not much you can do about that.
Not at all, as we're a third of the way through this race. It was an eventful start to the race. 3 cautions within the first 15 laps. Now we've got a relatively decent longer run. We see Marty Mitchell, Angus Lawford into the pit lane this time by. As we see Darren McKenzie, he's under attack by John Bradshaw on the outside, almost up into the nose of John Bradshaw. Well, it's a bit cheeky to do that. Don't want to do that too much. You run the risk of getting turned.
Stevie Williams is now out of the race, so he's finished.
Stephen Williams, he's gone. Evan Tariora and I believe that's Maxi Marshall having a good old battle down in P13. So they're on the cusp of a top 10 finish here tonight. John Bradshaw and Darren McKenzie, though, this is the battle to watch. Hang on with these guys for a little while longer. I think John Bradshaw's probably got the edge to beat Darren McKenzie here tonight. Just Darren may have used a bit too much of his tyre leading the race earlier. He was going pretty hard at the start, so would not expect him to have much tyre left. Then again, he could have been doing some magic with his tyres and saving them all right up.
I reckon there'll be pit stops coming up soon, guys.
Depends. Are you stopping for tyres here, or are you stopping just for fuel?
I think he's
Stopping
running
from
out of fuel.
gas.
I reckon.
Out of fuel?
Is Jason or Holdsworth, Rankin, and Bud? I don't think they've pitted yet at all.
No, I don't think. I can verify this information. Only person to pit in the top 10 so far. Oh, the only people to pit in the top 10 so far are Matthew Budd,
And Connor
Nixon, and I believe Lockie Akujo as well.
So that means we're going to be seeing some green flag pit stops very, very shortly.
They stopped on lap 15 for Lockie Akujo and Matthew Budd. Connor Nixon came down lap 11. So there's going to be some green flag stops here shortly for the front runners. What were you saying a full tank gets you? Around 30 odd laps of fuel?
I think it's 34 to 35.
34, 35. So we'll probably be coming up just on the window. I'd say we're probably around 40 to 45 after you factor in saving fuel under the pit stop, under the caution flags, and then also saving fuel behind other cars. Jason Holdsworth, he hasn't been able to do that for a little while now, so he'll probably be burning through whatever he's saved. And Scott Rankin as well. As they come up to lap the first car on the road here tonight. Just staying up high, Dean Powell. Just let these cars go just underneath you, nice and safe. That's how it's done. So gonna help Jason Holdsworth clearing him into the corner. Scott Rankin's gonna have to get him on exit. It's gonna compromise him a little bit. No, not at all out of the corner. Don't mind me. He got that clear and gone before I could even do anything. But a couple of people lap down. Dean Powell, he's one of the cars who recently stopped. He's a lap down because of that.
Yeah, it looks like the 236 has been down pit lane, I think, and the other Project 36 cars just coming out of pit lane as well. So they've made their first stops, rode on some new tyres, I imagine, and away they go.
I don't think Brandon Griffiths has come down the pit lane just yet, but I believe his teammate Angus Lawford did. So the 153 came down.
Oh, well there you go.
Angus Lawford. So yeah, 236 definitely still within the top 10. Mick Nancarrow is in the pit lane. Scott Rankin's right up the gearbox of Jason Holdsworth. Taking the high line now. Didn't want to run down with him right in his dirty air. So Jason Holdsworth, Scott Rankin, Matthew Budd, Shane Bowen, Lockie Cuja, Connor Nixon, Brandon Griffiths, Darren McKenzie, John Bradshaw, and Adam Malone. That's your top 10 running into these into our projected pit cycle. So we'll see who comes out where and if there's any movement in the top 10. I do know Matt Danson, he's back in P15 now, so he's recovering well from his earlier crash at the start of this race. So wouldn't be surprised if Matt Danson goes out a bit longer. He did stop and take a bit of fuel, but there's a real good battle for the lead here. I don't even know if it's a battle at this point. Scotty Rankin, just knowing how he drives, he might just be working for now. He just might be working. Build that gap. They're almost 3 seconds clear of P3. They've got a monster gap to the rest of this field. And if we go green for the rest of this race, these boys will be laughing amongst themselves. And it will just come down to a one-on-one shootout for the win here tonight at Michigan.
Especially, I think that these guys have got a set of tyres up their sleeve as well.
Oh, absolutely. If these guys haven't been down, they haven't taken tyres. A couple of other cars have gone down. I don't think anyone's taken tyres at this point of the race. Just strategically does not make much sense. But yeah, Jason Holdsworth running Nitro racing driver, so he's running the Nitro setup. Scott Rank, I believe, running Marconi. I'm not gonna say because it's been a hot minute since. But last I knew, Scott drove a Marconi. So if that's correct, then there's 2 manufacturers out the front there tonight. If not, then you know.
Shane Bowen looks like he's hitting the pit lane now, so the pit stops is just starting now.
Oh, Shane Bowen's just just lost a lot of time. So he's not down the pit lane.
Oh, you just said on the radio he was heading that way. That was all. I've got the race radio going in, money.
That's all right. I think he's going down this lap. So, yep, Shane Bowen there, slowing down. John Bradshaw went in last time by, so you get it? There he goes. Shane Bowen down into pit road. So, Shane Bowen, second on the top 10 to blink. Brandon Griffiths also in the pit lane. So, the 38 and the 236, sorry, going down into the pit lane. That brings Maxi Marshall and even Tayora into the top 10. Same with Carl Whitney. So Scott Rankin here going for the lead. He gets the lead before the pit cycle. So this could be big. Jason Holdsworth might just be slotting back in just to save a bit of fuel. No, Jason Holdsworth, it looks like he might be going back. Going for the pits. Yeah, he's going for the pits. Hitting them nice and hard in. Very good stop there from Jason. Sweet. That's your former race leader down into the pit lane tonight, so that should trigger a lot of people. Darren McKenzie came in as well, so a lot of people will be looking at that and saying probably time to come in, especially those
they've all been waiting for Jason to come down, haven't they? They've been waiting. They've been just
Absolutely. You'd think Scott Rankin also comes down this time by, just because otherwise, being the solo truck with a 2-car group behind you, they're gonna start catching you. So you want to look to come down this time by, as that's what Scott Rankin does end up doing. Nice and hot into the pit lane there, and it's a battle for the drivers up front. Lockie Akujo and Matthew Budd, these 2 drivers have pitted. So Shane Bowen and as we see John Bradshaw, he's a lap down, he has pitted. Actually, no, he's not a lap down. But he has pitted, so he'll be making his way to the front of this pack. And as you see, there he goes. He's through. Matthew Budd as well. Actually, no, hold on. John Bradshaw and Shane Bowen are fighting each other as the two cars who have just come out of the pit lane. I was wondering where Shane Bowen was in the top 10. No, he pulled off. Scott Rankin will come out of the pit lane. We'll see if Jason Holdsworth gets back past. Just on the undercut. Jason Holdsworth does beat Scott Rankin out of the pit lane. So Jason Holdsworth will retake race lead, or provisional race lead, come the end of the pit cycle. With Lockie Acugio, your current race leader, he'll just hold on to that first place until he has to relinquish it when his tank runs empty. But I don't see that happening for a little while longer now. Probably another 10 laps or so for Lockie Acugio, Bud Nixon, and any of the drivers who pitted on lap 15.
They would be all praying for a caution now, right now.
Oh, it would do them a world of good. Jason Holdsworth, Scott Rankin, Shane Bowen, and John Bradshaw, they didn't go a lap down when they entered the pit lane. Oh, is that caution may have nearly just happened, may have gotten spoken to existence. Shane Bowen, you don't want to be the one causing that. You're in the position where you lose the most. Shane Bowen just getting really flirty with the back end of a lapped car there. I think it was Marty Mitchell. Yeah, Marty Mitchell. Not lap car, so he's getting really flirty with some other back market drivers. Lockie Acugio, Connor Nixon, they're down the pit lane this time by a little bit of a lock up there for Connor Nixon. A little bit skating, hitting it hard. But Matthew Budd, he'll take the lead of this race, he'll get the point. Followed by I don't even know who's behind him.
Hang on, there was a car, was there a car the other way in the pit lane? I
don't believe I saw a car the other way. No, it was. I think Lockie Acugio
I think he did.
Has fumbled his box. He is. We'll just quickly roll this one back and see what happened there with Lockie Acugio. So, what happens here? I believe it's contact maybe in pit lane. Oh, that's not good. So Lockie Acugio misses his box, comes across the pit lane and hits Nixon, who's just traveling down pit lane, waiting to make his stop. So a bit of a comedy of errors there in the pit lane as we'll jump back live.
I saw him the other way during pit lane. I'm thinking, what's going on here?
That's a good catch. Absolutely mega catch. Matthew Budd, he's just staying out. He's happy. He's chilling. There's no real reason for him to feel the need to come racing back down pit lane. But you have to think him and the rest of the top 10, the top 7 may be looking to come down pit lane soon. Andy Barber, I think, is making a move, getting out of the way of Jason Holdsworth there. I believe he'll be making a move shortly to pit lane. His number 5 truck has seen better days. Involved early. This is 77 of Cooley. He's in the pit lane this time, but Scott Rankin, he's been left a bit behind by Jason Holdsworth now. So Scott Rankin about 3 seconds behind Jason Holdsworth. So whether that's just because of traffic or it's because of just bad timing on the pit stop, it may be a bit difficult as he clears a couple of cars there, lap traffic. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say lap traffic, but he's making his way up to 6th place. That's Mark Grocott going into the pit lane this time, but Matthew Budd's getting a couple of points for the lead of this race. Carl Whitney, he's your P2 runner at the moment, 15 seconds behind Matthew Budd. So Carl Whitney, I think he stopped relatively close to the rest of the group. No, he pitted on lap 15 as well. So that's the difference between Carl Whitney and Matthew Budd. Pitted on the same lap, and there was a 15-second gap between.
Just remember, there's a fellow there in 3rd place. He's back up the front again, Matt Danson. He'd be one to watch later on in this run. I think he was involved in that accident and went to the back, so he would have a little bit more fuel than most, I would have thought.
He does. I haven't. Look, Danson's always going to be there, so I've kind of been avoiding him because I know he's going to turn up later in the race. At the moment, he's got enough fuel, probably go a bit longer. He'll definitely fall out of the top 10, I think, when he does make his stop, but I wouldn't put it back past him to be in the top 3 to top 5 by the time the last stop comes around. So we'll save a little bit of glory time for Matt Dancer when when he's there at that point of the race. But definitely a caution would do Matt Danson wonders right now. He'd be hoping for one. Give him a chance to get a free pit stop, lose relatively little amount of track position as everyone else will come in at a caution, apart from maybe Jason Holdsworth, Scott Rankin. But yeah, Danson just offset tonight because of the strategy, and looks like Jason Holdsworth's about to come and make his way by. He's definitely about to go up the inside.
Pit lane.
Well, there it is. I did have a feeling that Jason Holdsworth coming up in his rearview mirror will be the signal for him to get in, because Jason Holdsworth, first car of the top 10 to pit a couple laps ago, about 10 laps ago. Matt Danson, good entry onto pit lane, bit wiggling, comes down. Dean Powell also into pit lane. So Scott Rankin, he's now in 4th on the road. Jason Holdsworth, he's 2nd. But these two have pitted. Kyle Whitney hasn't. Mark Cochran also hasn't pitted, so he'll be coming down shortly. Matthew Budd did pit this lap as well. So a lot of movement.
Carl is hitting the pit lane this week. This lap. It's been a long day.
Hey, he's still hitting it this week. So you're in a sense, you're right. But no, Matt Danson is an absolutely cracker of a recovery drive here at the moment. He's back out now. He's in P16, so I will not put it past him to claw his way through this field and get back into that top 10. Possibly even make a top 5 finish of it, top 5 run to the last stint of tonight. And dare I say, he might have a go at the lead of this race if a caution comes his way.
You just never know. You just never. If he gets a caution, I think. Yeah, it's gonna. Well, this is gonna be interesting because if Matt Danson's just in front of Holdsworth, be interesting to see if Holdsworth can catch him to lap him or not. This is gonna be an interesting little battle between the leader and the car about to go a lap down. This will be interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Matt Danson, he's not too far up the road from Jason Holdsworth. Not too far at all. So Matt Danson, he could be fighting for his position on the lead lap at this point. If he does go a lap down, that's going to make his night a whole lot harder for him.
We've got Matty Raymond that wants to join us.
Oh well, let's bring him on in.
Matthew Raymond, welcome to the booth.
G'day, Nige. How are you, mate? How are you, Bryce? You alright, mate?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm going alright.
How'd your night go? Notice you're no longer out there running and you're here talking to us. Of course I have to ask. It's my job. I ask the questions.
I just practiced for 2 days to get, 8 laps in, I think. So, not exactly...
iRacing.
Yeah, not exactly true, but that's racing, isn't it?
iRacing was the winner.
I actually reckon I had something for Jace too. I've been shining this bullet all week for him, polishing it. No, that's alright. I think we still got a couple of sleds out there, don't we?
You do. You've got Matthew Budd. He's in the top 10. Same with Lockie Akujo. He's in 10th position at the moment. So I think even after that, yeah, I think Ruben has also had some connection issues here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely not our night at SRM. We're running off McDonald's Wi-Fi or something, I think. McDonald's next door shut down, mate, so we're struggling.
You're hot spotting now.
Yeah, mate.
Hot spotting off a Nokia 3000.
It's all over.
All over. So just seeing Jason Holdsworth get passed by Carl Whitney. Carl Whitney on fresher tyres, not making Jason's life a whole too easy right now. trying to manage the lead of his race. Yeah, take a photo now.
Yeah, get the camera. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think because Maddie's here now, it's time for an interesting fact about Michigan. Phil, they have the first ever public library.
Did they
Was
really?
in Michigan in 1835. They played a significant role in establishing public libraries all around the United States.
Well, there you go.
It's one of those interesting facts, once again, about Michigan.
Thanks, Nigel. What would we do without you, mate?
Oh,
Absolutely
100%.
nothing. Nothing would happen without this man. So the facts make these broadcasts. That's all I'll say.
Hey, that's what I tune in for, mate. Not like...
What's the racing? Nigel's fun facts are the only reason we rock up to race here. As we approach the
I've got an
2/3 of this
absolute
race
belter.
gone.
I've got a cracker one to come up. Give me another 5 more laps and I've got an absolute belter for the next one.
Well, you got to build up to it or something, do you?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Trust me, you should have seen the broadcast chat earlier on today. He posted a list, and I'm like, oh my lord. He's got some facts ready to go. I was sitting in the car park at uni, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not even going to read the facts. I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised. I want to be fully invested. Each time Nigel says, "Did you know?" I just want to be, oh, hit me with it. It's one of the best parts today. Scott Rankin, he's making some ground on Jason Holdsworth here. He's brought that down from about a second and a half back to just under 1 second. So these two, they're gone. They're checked out. 10 seconds in front of Shane Bowen. Rest of the field's all still relatively close. Matthew Buddy could get a podium finish here tonight. He's got Bradshaw to beat. Then he's got to make some ground on Shane Bowen, but at the moment, life's just good.
I reckon he might have tagged me in the backside when I was got involved in that escapade earlier.
He looks pretty good.
He's alright.
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me so far. I don't see major damage on the front end of the number 37. He is making his way through traffic quite alright, ripping it around the high side.
Yeah, he's been getting laps in. He only just bought this track a couple of days ago, but yeah, he's been sinking the laps in, so hopefully he's got something to do. Bikes up front.
It's brilliant. If you can do a couple of days worth of running on a track, only just bought it a couple of days before, that's to sit here and put it in P4 at the moment. That's really good.
Going right.
He bought it? Yeah.
He's having a go then.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, we did actually put some practice into this one. We built a pretty strong set. And,
do you boys at SRM build your own sets, or like from scratch, or do you use a base and then you adjust it from there?
So a lot of the time, it's mix and match. Sometimes we just reach into the bank of old stuff that we got and then play with that. But yeah, sometimes we might buy like a Ryko, nitro set. One of the setup shops, try it out, see if it's quick, and then we'll tune it from there to our liking, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it depends on the track, really. Like a lot of short track stuff, we find the Maconi stuff's not too bad, so we grab that and then have a play with that. We like a lot of nitro sets, like we buy a lot of theirs, but we'll always change them, you know, like just to get our creature comforts and that sort of thing. We run a few officials, test them out, and yeah, hopefully be ready for race night.
fair enough. It's good to get an insight on what one of the teams do in preparation, because I know Nitro, they run their own stuff. They're pretty self-explanatory, but one of the teams who aren't, you know, linked to one of the big shops, it's always interesting to see what you do and how you work the setups. And you all run the same car, or do you make adjustments per driver?
No, we'll change the driver depending on what availability the other boys have got. If they can get into a session with us, so we can get some practice. And like say Ruby, for example, will be like, look, I need this out of the car. Be like, all four of us will get around, be like, all right, we'll try this, try that, try this. We'll try a few different things, whatever works, and then he'll be set, and then it'll be, you know, Matty B, what do you need out of the car, and blah blah blah. But yeah, that's the sort of freedom we have got with running a guess you'd call us an independent team or privateer sort of team. We don't have
Yeah, privateer sort of customer team.
we don't have a sticker on the car, so we're not locked down to one setup shop in particular sort of thing. We can sort of pick and choose what we like.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, as we were talking, Scott Rankins made a move for Jason Holdsworth on P1. Here's the move.
Yeah, he's flying. Oh, I know.
Just down into turn 1. Scotty Rankin not leaving it out there. I feel like there may be a something here that Jason wants to get in behind Scott. Maybe save a few laps of fuel, but Scott's also putting on some serious pace. He did come 3 seconds back to get back up to Jason, so
yeah,
we'll see if Scotty can scamper away.
All right, boys. It's time for an interesting fact about Michigan.
Here it is.
The Kellogg's cornflakes originated from Michigan. Did you boys know that? The Kellogg brothers founded cornflakes in late 1894 at the Battle Creek Sanitarium, which is a health resort. Cornflakes were initially made for the patients in the sanitarium, but soon gained popularity after it proved to be an enjoyable meal. The brothers formed the Kellogg Company in 1906 to produce cornflakes in mass for the wider public. So when you eat your cornflakes tomorrow, you can just think of that interesting fact.
There you go. I thought the crunchy nut one would have come from the sanitarium, but there you go.
See, this is why we need to bring you on more. So Nigel's got the facts, and then Maddie brings the commentary, and I just push buttons. So
come in with the singers.
Well, last week was all about KFC.
It was Kentucky. Not even last week, Nigel. It was on Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday? I don't know.
You've been sending me messages about zingers all week, man. What are you talking about?
I feel like I might go for a drive to town after this and go and get a couple of me.
Only a mere.
You just had a T-bone.
I know, I was hungry.
Oh, KFC, always a good post-race meal. Scott Rankin and Jason Holdsworth, they're making a bit of a show of tonight's race here at lap 70. 25 laps to go. Should start getting our lap down counter now. Jeez, boys, it's been a great race from the start. We've gone green since lap, like to say lap 15, I think was the last caution. Tonight,
so. Boys are smashing it out. And
wonder what Jace is doing though, because I've noticed myself, I've seen Jace around the officials all week. We've been sort of racing together, but the dirty air doesn't help you a lot around here. It really hurts the truck a lot. So what he's doing, I think whether he's just biding his time or trying to get a bit more balance into the car, he could be a bit loose maybe.
I think he's just liking putting Scotty high, to be honest, so he can.
Yeah. I don't know though. I was having a lot of trouble myself getting under car, like making a pass on the inside around here this week. Like really tough.
It is really tough. Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the championship standings. And speaking of the championship standings, we'll give them a quick look. 24 laps to go. So this is the standings after round 3. Connor Nixon and Dan Stevens, they're both locked into the playoffs now. Jason Holdsworth, he's in 4th, so he needs a win to lock himself in. So I don't think there's any there's no kindness in Jason sitting behind Scotty here tonight. It's definitely biding his time.
Yeah. That's right. I can't work out whether he's doing that on purpose or Scotty's literally just out running.
It would be interesting. I know Scott's got the pace to go with Jason, so if they're in equal machinery, then he's definitely a chance for a win. Jason is close enough though, so if Scotty does put a foot wrong and he doesn't save his tyres as well, or makes an error in the last stop, because they will be coming to stop shortly. They came down last on, what would it be now, lap 45 for Scotty, lap 44 for Jason, so they'll be looking to come down pit road probably in the next 3 to 5 laps. If we only get, if we get about 38, they'll be coming down with about 15 to go. So
you wouldn't want to leave it too long though. I reckon probably between now and lap 17 it'd be the time to pit. I reckon otherwise you'll lose too much to to the fresh rubber, I think.
Absolutely, because if you leave it way too long, and we saw Jason made a good gap with the undercut before, so Scott will want to make the first move here tonight. Just get in, get out, best stop of your life, and then make a run to the end. You've got about 7 or 8 laps of really being able to push it before the tires start to wear, and you start losing a bit of speed. So if you leave about 17 laps,
have a lot of fall off. There's not heaps of fall off at this joint, so an undercut does work pretty well here compared to most places.
Yeah, it's a sort of. It's not quite like Daytona, but it's not as aggressive as other tracks of its size when it comes to tire degradation. So
that's right. Yeah.
But we see Marty Mitchell. He's on fresh rubber, so he's going to be a bit of a thorn in Jason's side right now as he kind of looks to unlap himself here. And
Rankin leaving him now.
I reckon Jason's heading pit lane, boys.
Yeah, here he comes.
this is it, Jason. He's going for pit lane, so he's going to blink first. Scotty Rankin may have needed to go down now. He may have needed to react to that call quicker and just try and throw it down. Yeah, he was already too committed to staying out the next lap. So we're right on board with Scott Rankin. Jason Holdsworth, he'll be stopping in his stall any moment now. There he is, in his stall. So Jason Holdsworth, he's in the pit lane. Scott Rankin.
Lockie's coming down.
So Lockie QG, he's in. Scott Rankin, he'll stay out. He's not coming down. He does not believe in stopping early.
Wow.
He doesn't believe in the undercut. He wants to keep going. He's willing it forward. So Jason Holdsworth, he'll come back out in seventh position now. Matthew Budd, he's up to second, third provisionally. He's got a good gap to Darren McKenzie behind as well. So I'd say he's pretty safe there. Jason Holdsworth makes it out in front of Scott Rankin. So Scott, this is probably the time where you come down, buddy. It's your race to run. It's your race to run, bro. But get down. It doesn't go down yet again. Another lap. Scotty Rankin stays out.
Can't make it, is he? He can't do that, can he?
No, there's no way he can make it.
I don't believe he can make it. I don't think he has the fuel to make it.
Yeah.
Because there's Marty Mitchell. Marty Mitchell's got the fresher tyres than Scott Rankin, so Scott may just want to let him go, maybe sit him behind at this point. But no, I'm not too sure. Scotty Rankin, how long can you go? How confident are you in running this truck to the end of the race? Because I know him and I have done some magic things with fuel. He helped me to a win at Dover in an American Truck League with a lot of heavy saving. So maybe he thinks he can do it. Like, it's so
the old Smoky Unique fuel lines there.
Yeah, probably. There's another person up in the top 10 now as well, by the way. There's Carl Whitney. Hi, Carl Whitney. How you doing, Carl Whitney?
I reckon he's coming in. He's coming in.
Scotty Rankin this time, right?
Rankin is in.
Rankin is in. Way too long, I think. Jason will have
Pit reporter. Well, Jason's already 36 seconds back. No, he's coming down. He's down this time, but so Jason, he's 36 seconds. He'll have a 2-second gap already. I can tell you, it will be 2 seconds already. They're lapping this track around about 40 seconds a lap, so probably even a 4-second gap at this point.
You'll gap him. He won't be able to get the draft off Jace.
You won't be able to get it off Jason, but he's got less amount of time on his tyres, so 16 to go here. Matthew Budd.
Bad enough though to hurt Jace.
And considering Jace stuffed up his pits too, he overshot his pits and sent it in way too hard, so he lost 2 or 3 seconds there as well. So if he makes the top 3, I'm gonna have to mention that to him.
So he's gone already, easily clear of Scott Rankin. Easily clear, already on the back straight. Scott Rankin not even halfway through turn 1.
Yeah,
it's left it way too late. For now, he's probably going to come out about 5 seconds back from Jason Holdsworth, who was
And the fall
half a second behind him.
Catch back up, so you just won't get there. Speak from experience on that one.
Certainly will be interesting. How well can Scotty make his way through the traffic to catch back up with Jason?
What's he got to get? 6 seconds?
Yeah, around 6 seconds. They're only on the opposite end of the straight to each other. It's about 5 seconds now, so it's definitely doable. Jason holds it.
I don't know.
Oh, geez, yeah, I don't think Rankin will get it.
I don't think you'll get to him.
Heaties would pray for a caution now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tight. Like, I mean, I've seen stranger things happen, so I'll put it out there. I'll hold out for a hero. I'll hold out for a hero, but
Well,
odds are against him. He was your tip, yeah. I'm batting for your tip more than I'm batting for mine. Andy Barber, he's lapped down in P11 at the moment, so not quite the ninth for Andy. Well, I have a feeling next week you'll have a really good race. You did have a good race on Tuesday night. I think your 4 SRM cars were line astern at one point. All started next to each other at a couple of the restarts.
What was it? D-Mac, he stitched me out of the top 10 on that one. He elbowed me out of the way on the last one. I think I was the only one outside of the top 10. But yeah, I'll be back at work next week. So.
Okay, Jason Holdsworth went back down pit lane.
Oh. What happened there?
Jason, please explain what has happened here. Did he forget to do his tyres on his last lap? Did he not put enough fuel in?
Oh.
I don't know.
There's an error there. Jason Holdsworth, that's a big error there as well. It basically handed Scott Rankin the win here tonight. Matthew Budd, he still has to stop. Still has to make one more stop. Surely Matthew Budd has to make one more stop.
Alright, well there you go. There's a spanner in the works.
I'm shocked. I have no idea what happened. We'll have to confirm with Jason Holdsworth. Hold on a hot moment. Matthew Budd, if you can get 40 laps out of this tank, brother, you win. He stopped lap 54. How much fuel saving do you think Matty B can do, Matty Ray?
Nah, we couldn't get any more than 37, 38 out of the tank, I reckon. I reckon. When did he?
His last pit stop was on lap 54.
Oh, yeah. What's that? 41 laps? Not a chance.
41 laps, not a chance, Matty Ray says. So he is going. He is going slow. He is losing a lot of time to Scott Rankin behind. So if he is saving, then that'd be real interesting. We're at lap 85 at the moment. Got 10 more laps to go.
You definitely need some smoky, unique fuel lines on that car to make it.
Is it Lee? Jason Holdsworth, he's in 9th now. He's down a lap on those in the top 6. Matt Danson at the back of the top 6. Don't mind if you do.
Coming back.
I told you he'd be here. I told you, like, for the last pit stop, Matt Danson, he'll be in the top 10, bordering top 5. What'd I tell you? There he is. Right there, right on cue. In the right spot. 9 laps to go. Matt Danson, will you make it to the end?
Would be really nice to see Matty get his first win there. That'd be cool. But I love the bloke, but I doubt it very much. Jeez.
Well, we got Matt Danson in the green room. We could drag him in if you guys want. We can drag him in.
How much fuel he's got in the tank?
All right.
Hold on, let's just
see what he's got.
You there, Matt?
Hello, yes.
How much fuel you got?
I'm very close. I'm about half a lap short at the moment, but we're doing everything we can.
When did you pit? What lap did you pit?
I got 3 minutes of optional,
I think.
so it's the truck is not great.
Got a little extra
We're
crowd.
very heavily down on speed, but we're doing what we can.
You don't need speed at the moment, Matty. You need fuel saving, so it
fuel.
might be
I mean,
helping.
the 3/4 of a second I reckon I'm down on straight line speed would have helped with fuel saving, but that's okay. It's actually this is one of the most fun races, just trying to hang on and see what we can do.
Just get in front of Carl and flick the ignition switch, mate. He'll push you.
Yeah, I couldn't quite hear. It was super quiet. I think the engine's
yeah.
going absolutely off its chops in my ears right now. But yeah, Carl's dragging me along. We'll see what happens. I might have to off him at the end just so we can nab the position. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, give him an elbow, mate. He won't mind.
Yeah, it's exactly. Give him a bit of a door. See what happens. No, we'll see. He's dragging me along, but it might just come up just a little tiny bit short. But we're saving as much as we can.
Good luck, mate. We'll drag you back up so you can concentrate.
Cheers, appreciate it.
He doesn't need to concentrate.
Well, we can actually bring in.
Like, he's got 10 minutes of damage. He's still at the top 6. He doesn't need to concentrate.
Before we bring anyone else in, Matthew Budd. So Matt Danson, he stopped lap 55. So Matthew Budd stopped lap 54. He's probably a lap short, which would be tragic. Because you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. We got 6 laps to go. Matthew
we've
Budd,
already well cursed him, mate. Don't worry.
yeah, we have actually. Matthew Budd, I'm so sorry if you get cursed. And if you win this race, then you should give us stick in the green room later. Well, in the broadcast room later on when we do your interview. Not that
he's
he'll
checking up. He might do it, but I mean, Rankin's really reeling him in.
Yeah, Rankin's 10 seconds in the last 4 laps, I believe.
Yeah.
It's
just trying to manage that gap as best as he can.
it's definitely coming back down. So Scott Rankin, he's in a good position right now to win this race. We'll have to figure out what happened with Jason Holdsworth coming down the pit lane twice.
Speeding penalty, mate?
I think
potentially.
yeah, that's what's happened. I think. Oh, we got a yellow. Mackenzie's got the. Oh, this is just. Mackenzie's gonna get the lucky dog. Holdsworth missed out. Oh man, this is all happening.
Oh no.
This is all happening.
Holdsworth, no lucky dog. Rankin's right back in it. Matthew Budd has to. Matthew Budd has to stop here. So Scott Rankin, do you come down or do you stay out? Do you feel confident enough to lead the last 4 laps?
Well, I mean,
will probably be green white checker.
Top 6 cars the lead lap. So yeah, you may as well grab the last set because I mean you can pass 6 cars pretty easy on fresh.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's going to be interesting. This is a curveball. This is a race. We're racing here to the end of it. Matt Danson as well. Matt Danson could have a crack here. I know he's got damage, but but he.
Imagine it.
But you just think though, Jason Holdsworth, he's not going to get the lucky dog, so he will stay
well,
out.
Well, he might. Because wasn't it D-Mac that wrecked? So he won't be the lucky dog. Jason will be.
No, Nick Ryan was the one who crashed. We're just getting jumping and having a look now. So it was Nick Ryan here, just right in front of your race leader as well. So Matthew Budd probably saw that car coming down. He just goes back up on the track. Darren McKenzie very lucky to get through it actually, and not hit the car for the lucky dog. So Darren McKenzie did go off track. Doesn't register an off track down there luckily, but he will get it.
Oh, poor old Jason.
Matthew Budd's in. Scott Rankin's in. Most of your top 10. Shane Bowen, he's coming down this time, but
yeah, I mean, I'd be
top 10,
sure.
I think. Yeah, a lot of your top 10 are in. Danson's in. Mackenzie's out. He has to stay out. Jason Holdsworth has to stay out to get his lead lap back.
Oh, he's getting a wave. Yep.
Yeah, getting a wave. So.
Interesting stuff, boys.
A lot of cars getting a wave. We'll have a quick look. Pit lane.
So everyone
comes out. So there's Scott Rankin at the. Rankin right there. That's Matthew Budd, I believe.
Come on, Matty B. Let's go, mate.
37. Scotty Rankin, he's taking tyres. Look, going to lose a couple of positions in the pit lane just because he was taking his last set. Other cars haven't. So we'll have a green-white checker here to end the race. Well, one of 3 green-white checkers here to potentially end the race tonight.
Alright, so who's you pick now then, boys? We got this final restart. Rankin's got pace, but I mean, you boys know who my money's going to be on.
Absolutely, your money's going to be on Matthew Budd, for both for their first win of this season. Matthew Budd first win in the series.
Scotty hasn't had
correct me
a
at all.
win yet either. No.
Oh no! Oh yeah, there'll be new race winners. No, Scotty won a race in the league, Nige?
I don't know if he has.
No, he hasn't. Nope, we haven't interviewed him yet.
There you go. Well, Bowen
No,
has. Shane got his first win just the other week. I reckon.
Yeah, Shane Bowen, he's on the winners list, I believe, for the Xfinity series.
And then you got old Danger Man dancing.
Danger Man Dancing, he's in a interesting position. Matt Dancing, can you win it from there? I'm sure he'll have a red hot go at it.
Oh yeah,
think
even
he'll-
without
he'll-
a front guard, mate, he'll still have a go.
You can see the right hand side of that truck is looking a bit worse for wear, but the rest of it looks pretty decent. It's a bit shorter than the rest of the field as well, but you know, it's weight reduction is weight reduction.
Up in the top 10 too, you never know.
And Shane Bowen making his way through, just into
Let's-
his rightful position.
Let's drag in Matt Pat. Let's drag in Matt Pat. Matt Pat joins the broadcast. Okay, maybe not.
He's a man of few words.
He doesn't speak.
But when he does speak, we all listen.
I didn't hear him. I'm just watching the beautiful broadcast.
I don't think Matt Pat was expecting to be brought into the beautiful broadcast.
Hey, was that you rear-ending me in that official earlier today too? Was that you, Matty?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Alrighty, we got lights out on the pace car. We will be going green this time. This is it. This is the race here tonight. Fourth caution tonight, last of the night, hopefully. Green might checker finish, so drivers will do one lap under green, then they'll take the white and they'll finish with the checker. Matty Budd leads the race from Scott Rankin. And then you've got Shane Bowen, Matt Danson, Carl Whitney, John Bradshaw, Jason Holdsworth, Evan Tagliora, Andy Barber's in the top 10. Where'd you come from, son? And then Lockie Akujo in 10th position. It's all Matthew Budd. He gets to pick when he goes. He goes in the middle of the box. Gets a good start. Scott Rankin, he'll get a good start as well. They'll clear the second row behind them. Scott Rankin, he'll be looking for an opportunity just to get past Matthew Budd here. He'll have to work for it now. It's a fight for P1.
Go.
Come on, Matty, you can do it.
Jeez,
Scott
Matty's
Rankin.
looking alright. Scotty's looking alright.
Yeah, I don't know. Scotty's
Shane's
got
alright.
He's got a bullet tonight, Scotty.
Scotty Rankin looking towards the inside. Matthew Budd up the inside. Will he get it through? Move is there. Move is made. I don't think Matty Budd's going to be able to challenge him on the exit of turn 4 here. No, he won't. He'll slot behind. Scott Rankin will lead to the white flag. Scott Rankin, Matthew Budd. Matthew Budd looking up the inside. Has a run on Scott Rankin. Doesn't quite stay up there. Needs to stay there. He's letting him know he's there. Letting him know he's there. Final lap. Final lap. Down, out the outside. Scott Rankin holding it. Holding that speed. Matthew Budd, he's on the inside. Maybe a run too early. Might not have the speed. Scott Rankin, he will be holding on for dear life here. Going to the inside. Holding that inside lane. Putting that block on. Scott Rankin moves back at the outside. Weave and weave and weave and weave. Scotty Rankin down to the inside. Doesn't look like Matthew Budd's got the speed here. Can he get to his outside? Can he block his run on the exit? Don't think he can. It'll just be diving for the lane now. The checkered flag is out. Scott Rankin wins here tonight at Michigan, followed by Matthew Budd, Shane Bowen, John Bradshaw, Matt Danson in 5th after a good recovery drive, Carl Whitney in P6, Jason Holdsworth P7, Connor Nixon in 8th, Adam Malone in P9, and Andy Barber in 10th position. Good racing here all night. Big drives here from Scott Rankin and Matthew Budd. Absolutely exciting finish. Probably one of the best finishes to the season so far.
Yeah, that was good. You really got to hand it to Scotty there. He well deserved. He had the fastest truck by the looks, definitely.
Absolutely no. And I think that's 1-0 for the tips this season as well, Nigel. So Nigel's tips, Scotty Rankin. I don't know. We haven't put anything on it. Scott Rankin comes to the start finish line and he'll burn it down here tonight at Michigan. Absolutely beautiful drive from Scotty.
His cats look happy.
His cats do look happy.
Hey, speaking of cats, Nige. Lucky?
Nah, Nah. I gave him a shout out though. I said to him, like, if you're watching out there, guys, you can come home on their cat phone. If they're watching, they can come home any stage.
Yeah, I tried sending him a text, but no luck.
Yeah.
No
He's not
response.
he's not happy about life at the moment, even though the day before he went missing, he slept inside here and ate biscuits all day with the heater on.
Mate.
And
Tough
so-
times.
Tough life, eh?
Sometimes you need a culture change. Scott Rankin still burning it down here tonight. he finally stops. He definitely had enough fuel to make it to the end there. So we'll just go through and have a look at the results here tonight before we get into our interviews. Scott Rankin wins tonight with Matthew Budd in at P2, Shane Bowen P3, John Bradshaw, he's fourth. Matt Danson rounds out a top 5 finish for a very tough night in the office for him. Carl Whitney in 6th position, Jason Holdsworth in 7th, Connor Nixon P8, Adam Malone is P9, Andy Barber is in 10th, Lachlan Akujo, Evan Tarriora, Mark Cochran, Brandon Griffiths and Jason Cooley, they're 11th through 15. David Lawler, Marty Mitchell and Maxi Marshall are your top 18 as we jump through. 19 goes to Kelvin Clark, 22 Brad Wright, Alex Wilson in 21st, Darren McKenzie in E22, Chris Stelmark in 23rd, Mark Grocott 24th, Dean Powell in 25th, 3 laps down, Angus Lawford in 28th, 4 laps down, and everyone else behind all finishing numerous laps down. Ruben Phelps did not finish. Stephen Williams, Matty Ray, he's in the booth. He's here talking to us. He finished on lap 82, and Nigel Cedar, he didn't even race. He just talked all night.
He didn't even bother showing up.
Nah.
He didn't even bother
Interesting facts.
putting any suit on. More interesting facts.
Have you got any more?
Have I got any more? Or no, not yet. Well, did you hear the one before? Actually, that it's actually
Yeah,
illegal to
it's a
sell
good
your
one,
car.
Matt.
You can't sell your car on Sundays in Michigan. It's illegal.
Absolutely not. Well, we'll get into our
Because it's
interview.
been on Sunday, sell on Monday, Nige.
I
Right,
need to stop you there, Nigel. Otherwise, we're talking about facts for the rest of the night.
Yeah, pump the brakes,
Good.
Nige.
Pump the brakes, man.
Who we getting in first? Shane, is it?
It'll be Shane Bowen in tonight.
Here we go.
There we go.
Shane, welcome to the broadcast.
Howdy, guys.
How was your night?
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I didn't expect a podium, that's for sure.
Yeah, you were strong. You had a good car all night. Yeah, tell us about your race and your strategies and how you got to become P3.
I just sort of did a little bit of practice before it and found the setup was a lot better up higher than down low. And come the race, I could barely run that low line. I think I was about the only one that sort of started up there at around lap 10 maybe. I started staying pretty much up the top. But yeah, it worked out in the end. I think a lot of people must have got the strategy wrong with hitting at wrong times or something. Felt like a lot of people stayed out a lot longer on that final stop, which I thought would have been a mistake. You'd have to get in there earlier.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with you there.
But yeah, it turned out all right. I was screaming at the monitor when the caution came out with 5 to go, but I never expected to stay in that position after that caution. So yeah, I think I got pretty lucky.
I can't stop coughing, guys. Just hang on.
Have you got a sore foot there, Shane? Because you've been kicking a lot of ass lately, mate. You've really found something with these trucks.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, I don't really race them. I don't like the officials. I think that's very messy. I don't want to go anywhere near that. But
Is that because me and Noddy are in there all the time?
Not
oh, I don't
anymore.
know who's in there, but I definitely stay away from them. I think I'm gonna have to start doing some officials though because of this new series that's coming up. I want to get that I rating up a bit higher, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah. You've been doing really good lately, man. You're getting a lot of good results and definitely got pace out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think actually I think I did okay in the first round. the trucks, but I did miss Daytona, and um, there was something else that we missed because of the outage. But yeah, my score is pretty low in this season in the trucks, so another podium here is very good. So hopefully that
Yeah,
bumps me up a lot.
we missed out on at Indy at Lucas Oil because of the
Yeah, that's right. It's a good one to miss,
scammer.
really.
Yeah, 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 it was. But yeah, no, it was a good night. And third place, just a shout out to all of your sponsors, friends, family, whoever you want. Here's your chance.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you guys. I've watched last week's videos that you put up, and yeah, I think you're doing pretty well for a new broadcasting that we're starting. Obviously, thank the the whole crew, everyone that's sort of participating in this series. I will have a couple of team members starting next week. They couldn't make tonight, but yeah, shout out to Ben and Alex, and they'll join us next week.
Ah, that's good. Nah, we always welcome new drivers into the series, and especially with the Australian National Championships coming up, there'll be yeah, it'll be good practice for everyone because that will be in the truck, and that starts in less than a month's time on a Sunday night. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll be there.
back to the officials to get the I rating up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the cutoff is for the where it'll sort of be, but I feel like I'm gonna be around the bubble, so I want to sort of get a bit higher.
You'll
No,
be
well,
right.
the good thing about the qualifying series, everybody can race. So it'll be the splits will be done via I rating, but there'll be splits, so everyone will be
Yeah.
able to race. They'll race their way in. So the higher you are, the more chance you got. But you just never know with the qualifying series. Anything can happen. So it's going to be
Yeah.
exciting. It's going to be great.
And
Yeah,
all
I'm
you cold
pumped.
blokes have been so quick lately. You, Alex, Ben, all of you guys are showing a lot of promise lately. So I'm sure all
Thanks,
three of you
man.
blokes will be in the top split there.
Oh, I hope so. We'll see how we go. It is pretty exciting, and it's only around the corner, so we're gonna start practicing for that one.
Well,
No,
you all have
100%.
been, all of you, really good, respectful racers, and you are all quick too. So it's good to see. I hope all three of you make it up there.
And
Thanks,
we
Robbie.
also, while I say, we also need to thank Motorsport Australia for coming on board and making this an official series too, which is exciting fun going forward.
Yeah, thanks, Motorsport Australia. I've got my license sorted. I'm ready to go. We'll see you in a few weeks, I guess.
Nah, beautiful. Thanks for that, Shane. And yeah,
No worries.
see you
Thanks, guys.
hopefully on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll be there. See you.
Wait, can I do this one, Nigel? I'm going to give him a rev.
You can do whatever you like because I'm about to cough again. So, Bryce and Maddie, this one's all yours.
All right, let's give him a rev. Matty B, it's your team boss, Matty Ray, up in the booth. I'd like to say good job on second place, but you almost won it. You're on thin ice with the team. What do you got to say for yourself? Second's the best loser, mate. Are you there?
Buddy Bud, are you here with us right now?
He might be AFK now.
He might be away. All right. Well, we'll put him back in the green room. We'll bring tonight's race winner in, and we'll give Matty B
Someone
a
else.
rev up just after. Scotty Rankin, welcome to the broadcasting booth. Tell us about your race tonight.
Oh boys, I wasn't racing this with 2 hours prior to green flag, and then some cancellations popped in, and yeah, how about that, huh? Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, well done, mate. First win, is it?
Second win in the league, but first win on the season for sure.
There you
For
go.
somebody who's not able to get in and race as much as I'd like to, but
I was well deserved that. Definitely had a bullet tonight, man. You were real quick.
yeah, what an interesting race too. I mean, when you have a look at all the official sessions all week long, like we were a good 23, 24 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than all the official sessions.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't get any practice in until earlier tonight, so that actually worked in my favor. There was a lot of discussion over in the Nitro Discord. What do we do? Where are we going? And I sort of jumped in. Got the most laps out of practice in the team as well, and just said, hey, look, it's trending this way. I'm comfortable with this set. This set feels really, really good. It's right in my wheelhouse. But I love these big 2 milers, man.
Auto Club is my winningest track on iRacing by a country mile, and Michigan's not far behind.
Well, I've got to say, Scotty, it's a bit different. The coin's flipped. You're on the not doing the commentary and the interview, and you're driving. So yeah, tell us about your night and your battles with Jace up front. You guys look like you're pushing the boundaries a little bit. It was good to watch.
Yeah, it was about reading the track, to be perfectly honest with you. From where we started, like getting into practice and a lot of the discussion about where the line is and the groove was, it was get down to that seam in 1 and 2, just off the bottom, maybe touch the left side tires underneath it, and then down in 3 and 4 it was get all the way down to the yellow. And to be perfectly honest, I'm a high side guy. Like if as soon as the high groove is a preferred groove on most of these tracks, you'll see me do quite well. That's just
Yeah,
the way I prefer to drive the car.
I like that.
Um,
Too. Yeah. Rim runner.
So they were talking to me about, look, you got to get into this low groove. I just kept seeing it. I just kept everyone in the rearview mirror wasn't doing it. And look, I mean, that could be their sets, that could be where things are running. And I just kept getting down into that bottom groove, and the car just get loose. I just a little unstable, just couldn't carry the momentum the way I wanted. So started moving around, really found my lane, a lot later apex than everyone around. And that second run was where that really came home. Jason he just burned his right rear off. He was so struggling just to keep the right rear of the car planted, whereas that later apex was shifting that weight a little bit more onto the front right, particularly with the higher track temps. Just balanced the car out quite a lot more on a lower grip track, and gave me a lot more opportunity to work with it. And then I was just went, you know what, stuff it. I'm just going to send it and just see what happens.
Well, I thought that on that last lap, I thought Matt Budd was coming to do the old tap and run there, but you held him off quite nicely on the last lap. I thought was in for
I don't think you could catch him.
Yeah, it was great. The last 2 laps was great to watch. It was awesome. It was really, really good. It was yeah. No, well done, Scotty, and give a shout out to all of your family, friends, sponsor, whoever you want to shout out to. Go for it.
Well, my personal family has become a significant lot smaller. My life's been reduced by one person very close to me, who's unfortunately for me, divorce has been what my last month has been about. So I've been in a really, really big hole. Sim racing's come back into the forefront. I'm about 4 or 5 times the amount of racing every week since the divorce, and to the community that's been around, to the Nitro guys. Connor's been huge. I've been talking to Connor quite a lot, just bumping into each other everywhere. But sim racing as a whole has really held me together, probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And I just said I burst into tears just across that start finish line, just because there's so much emotion in my life right now that I've had such a rough run over the last month that it's just good to finally get something going my way. I want to say a big shout out to my American buddies, my American teammates as well, the Wanted Goons crew. They are just such a good bunch of guys. Again, a lot of work keeping me in the sim, keeping me happy, keeping me moving at the moment. To McConey Setup Shop, who sponsored the team as well. And I can't say enough about Tristan Yelland, who's just such a big part for Neuropower. He does so much for the team,
Yeah,
for
he's a
myself.
great bloke.
He's just such a lovely guy. Seriously, cannot wait to meet him in person and shake his hand, because he's just been
Yeah.
brilliant as well.
He's
So
a lovely guy.
yeah,
He is a good guy.
I cannot. Yeah, I right now I just that is just that's what I needed. That's motivation to get back in the sim, keep cracking out.
Well, congratulations, Scotty. And there's one thing that I think everyone in the sim community can vouch for, that the work that you do behind the mic for broadcasting and commentary, you're one of a kind, and a lot of people think very highly of you because of your commentary, and it's great to see you come out here and have a win. And yeah, you can drop contribution to the sim racing community is something that everyone and yourself should be very proud of what you've achieved. So yeah, well done tonight, Scotty.
Mate, thank you very much, boys. It's just a big old uh,
Yeah, all good, Scotty. Thank you.
thanks, boys.
Scotty Rankin there with the win, and that's Scotty's a great fella. He's broadcasting, and he's still probably one of the best commentators of sim racing I've ever seen. And yeah, we're lucky to have him in this part of the world, I think. So well done to Scotty Rankin, and yeah, that's the race.
We'll just quickly see if Matty Budd's around. He did miss his interview, but we'll pull him in one last time.
Nah, he's missed his chance now. bloody
He's
loser.
here. He's here,
Matty
buddy.
Butt. Here
Buddy,
he is.
Bud, are you here?
Taking a
You here
piss,
this
boys.
time?
Sorry. I had a
It was
hard
lovely
Ah,
to
win
see
here
the
he
last,
is.
last stint.
you. Yeah. Well, your
Now
last
what went
interview of the
wrong there,
night.
matey? You had it in your
Oh,
hands, mate.
no,
What
it was
happened?
just too tight on the restart. I had some
Oh,
adjustments in
blame
it
the
to make
setup
it.
builder.
Yeah,
that'd
oh,
be
I
right.
built it. I adjusted the setup. That was my one I was working with. So I can't blame anyone but myself there. No, it was fine. I'm happy with that, honestly. Scott, congrats to Scott. He's had a rough time. I'm glad he got the win. He deserved it.
Yeah,
I
got
really
that.
had nothing for Jason and Scott. As soon as I get to third, I just watch the gap, just get away. I just scammed myself a nice little chance at the win there. So I'm happy.
Well, I've been told I'm not allowed to interview you. It's been done by Matty Raymond. So Matty Raymond and Matthew Budd, it's all, the floor is yours.
We've sort of killed it now, but yeah, I was just going to say, second, what do you got to say for yourself? Because you're on thin ice now with the team, mate. You had that one locked.
Hey, I'm going for the Kyle Larson strat. I'm going to come second like 12 times before I finally win a race.
Oh,
That's the
he's
plan.
Ganassi strat. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the plan. I've got 3
Well, you're with
seconds
Hendrick
now.
now, mate. You got to start winning. You're expected to win now.
Call
No,
me
not
Alex
really.
Bowman.
Nah, very good job though, mate. You were looking really good for a while there.
Yeah, no, I'm not too worried. I got to that restart. I turned it in like I've been doing all the last couple of races. I've been practicing, and it just didn't bite into the corner like it felt like it usually does, and it just scrubbed a bit.
Yep.
I made it looser for that run. I took the adjustments off. I had to tighten it. I thought that'd be enough, but no, I should have cranked a few more adjustments into it. But even then, they were always quick across the whole race. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, Scotty definitely showed up with a bullet tonight. He was personally, I think he was quicker than Jace.
I mean, one more lap he would have seen. He was telling me in the green room before that on that second lap, 1 and 2, he turned in. He was scrubbing. He reckoned maybe one more lap, and I might have been able to get back alongside. But hey,
that's all right. I'm screaming at the screen, hoping you're going to get your first win because we got close last season, but
yeah,
you're getting there, mate. Not too far off.
but that one doesn't hurt so much. The one at Nashville, that's the one that stings.
Yeah,
but this one's just a bit of good strategy call, good result. I'm happy with second.
No, it is good signs though, mate. You've had a real good season last season. This season's kicking off to be pretty good by the looks, obviously. Yeah. So, and how did your race go overall though? You stayed out of the trouble by the looks.
Yeah, well, I caught it, sort of. The one that you got caught in there, that was the I spun down the track from that, luckily avoiding everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grabbed the brake and locked it and spun it inside, and luckily no one touched me. So I put 4 set of tires on and the fuel, and that's what put me on that strategy. So I just ran it empty both times because I knew it would kind of just extend it out and just hope for a caution, either on the first run or like that on the second run. It was sort of just Hail Mary kind of play. So to come back and get a second place I'm more than happy with that.
No, you should be very proud, mate. You did very well tonight. And what else we got? I guess a shout out to family, friends, sponsors. Anyone you want to give a yell out to?
I'll give you a big shout out, eh?
Oh, not me. I didn't.
Team boss.
I bloody raced like dog shit tonight, mate. I didn't do much for you.
No. Yeah, just honestly to all you guys, to Lockie, to Rubes, all the help, because I'm still learning. I'm all new to all this stuff, and there's
that's right. You bought the track yesterday? I was trying to tell.
Yeah, I bought the track like yesterday. I bought the track yesterday.
He's a veteran, people.
So yeah, hey, it's doing good. I managed to win 3 of the officials that I did. So did get a bit of practice in, but yeah, definitely like this track. Seems to work for me. But yeah,
next time
shout
you
out
have
to
to
you
do
guys.
one spot better.
Yeah, hey, it'll come. I'm not too stressed.
No, it was very good. But yeah, by all means, shout out to sponsors, crew, anyone who helps you, mate.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, yeah, just all the SRM boys, just all the assistance they give me to get better and improve. Because by myself, I'd probably be pretty lost. So yeah, it's all about teamwork out here, honestly.
Nah, well, congratulations there, Matt, and sorry about dragging in at the end. We tried before. We thought we'll do take 2.
We're chatting in the green room.
We tried to give you grief, and you weren't even there to hear it, man.
Oh yeah.
It was beautiful.
I heard it. I just left. No, I wasn't around, so I'm glad I didn't hear it. It was all positive.
I'll relay it to you later.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nah, congratulations, Matt, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you next week.
Oh yeah, will do.
Oh, since he
Hey.
won't do it, he'd like to thank his sponsors, Moondog. He always forgets. We've got Moondog, Tourette Syndrome, Alopecia Foundation on the car, and Aussie Canna help us out with a little bit of t-shirts and money here and there.
And also SRM too, though. They're a big part of the series now.
Oh, no, they're as
team
useless as an ashtray on a motorbike. Don't worry
and,
about
so, well, that's it, boys. That's it for another week. And we'll see everybody on Tuesday night for the X Series.
Yeah, see
That
you
we will.
guys.
All right.